All right, so here is the demo for PAILs and rails in the 90-90 position for internal and external rotation of the hips. We get into the 90-90 position, square at the knee, square at the other knee, square in the groin. Okay, we're gonna come and into a stretch position. So I'm gonna lean forward, keeping my back nice and tall. You wanna put a tennis ball there and imagine bringing your belly button right over that tennis ball until you feel a stretch in the back of the bum. You're gonna hold this position, this stretch position, for about 2 minutes so that you can get anatomical change at the tissue level. This is what we want to actually maximize your stretch, maximize your mobility, okay? You're gonna hold this for 2 minutes, and after that 2 minutes is up, you're gonna start pushing that foot into the ground as if you're doing a sort of scooping motion. You're gonna push the foot into the ground, you're gonna push that knee into the ground, and you're gonna increase your full body irradiation while you're doing it, okay? So you wanna increase full body radiation and tension into the ground from 10, 20, 40, 60, 80. If you wanna leave it at 80, stay there in that 80 position or 80% for about 5 seconds. And then, or if you want a little bit of an extra challenge, you can increase it to 100%. That stage you're really, really shaking. You're really corkscrewing those fingers into the ground. Back knee, back foot is pushing into the ground. Bum's really tight, core is really tight. And then you're gonna hold that position for 5 seconds, and then you're gonna immediately lift the foot off the ground. Lift, 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 lift. You're maintaining full body irradiation. You're lifting. 15 seconds is going to go by, and then you're going to sort of relax into a deeper stretch, okay? You're going to hold this for 1 minute. Then you're going to repeat the pushing down, the pulling up, deeper into the stretch. Hold for 30 seconds, okay? After all of that, external rotation of the lead leg is done. You're going to start doing internal rotation of the leg. So we are going to come up into a full sitting position. You're going to rotate towards that leg. Then you are going to, if your bum is already touching the ground, that's awesome. If it's not, that's okay too. You're just going to start feeling that stretch pretty quickly. So if your bum is on the ground and you're not really feeling the stretch, one thing that you can do is sort of bow the tissue over here. So you're like pushing that hip forward, really getting a little bit of a pelvic tilt and pushing the hip forward, and then you're gonna bend a little bit towards this knee. Now I'm feeling that quite a lot right in my hip capsule, and I know that's where I wanna stretch. So I wanna hold this stretch for 2 minutes, holding the stretch for 2 minutes, then I wanna start pushing that foot down into the ground. We're doing that scooping motion again, pushing the knee into the ground. I don't want this knee to come up, so you can put a tennis ball underneath that knee if you want to. Then we're increasing whole body irradiation as we're ramping up the contraction. 40, 60, 80, hold it at 80 for 5 seconds, or increase it up to 100 for another 5 seconds. And then you immediately lift the foot off the ground. Lift, 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 lift. Still want to maintain that knee on the ground in the front. Lift for 15 seconds, maintaining whole body irradiation. And then you're going to relax and you're going to come a little deeper into the stretch, okay? Right now I'm starting to feel a little bit of a cramp in there. That's okay. If you can manage the cramp, just hang tight. It's just the nervous system telling you that you're unfamiliar with this position, okay? If you need to get out of the stretch, see now my cramp is easing up a little bit, so we're good to go. If you need to come out of the stretch though to alleviate the cramp, do what you need to do. And then after a minute of holding this new position, you're going to repeat it. So you're going to push, pull up, 15 seconds each, increasing full body irradiation as you go, and then pulling down into a new stretch for 30 seconds. Then you're done. You want to do that on the opposite side too, and that So usually I'll do that whole repetition once every other day or so, or as instructed. All right, so that's it. Pails and rails, internal, external rotation in the 90-90 position.